Poker Tonight is brought to you by UB.net. Hello and welcome back to Poker Tonight. We are excited to be joined by a man who, in his day, was the youngest main event winner of all time, Phil Hellmuth. He's got 11 gold bracelets, the record for the most cashes at the World Series of Poker, and a brand new book. Let's take a look at a clip of he and Annie Duke discussing Howard Lederer's play from the Best Damn Poker Show.
First of all, tell him how many times he has insulted my brother today.
I haven't been.
Can we go over under? Can I set the line at 8? Is that fair?
All right. I want to hear what the insult is, because I know you're a genius, and you wouldn't say that I insulted someone. Annie, you know something?
I know you and your brother.
If you're going to tell me something, tell me the right thing. You told me I insulted your brother.
If you don't allow me to finish why it's insulting,
tell
then
me.
No, because you just interrupted me when I asked you to listen to me when my feelings are hurt. Okay?
Well,
so listen. When you
lied to me.
I know
so
that
I'm
you
mad.
I know that
You're
you and
lying,
your brother.
that's why.
Okay, he's not going to let me say it, so I'm going to go, and you can just eliminate the next player. I swear to God, Phil. Don't include
scream
Howard.
At me anymore. Don't scream. I'm not your husband or your boyfriend or whatever.
I don't
okay?
scream at my boyfriend.
Oh, right. Well, then there's something dysfunctional there, too, if you don't scream at your boyfriend.
Phil, you're usually the guy that's on the attack right there, playing a little defense and a pretty good job.
Yeah, playing a little defense. I mean, what people don't know is that Annie and I are really good friends. I MC her charity tournament, Annie Up for Africa, every year, and we get along great. But that's the heat of the moment. In the heat of the moment, with me, I can be a little bit of a poker brat.
And the truth is, you're not her husband. So, I mean,
I thought that was a pretty good line. I mean, you know.
it seems like a lot of poker players are really transcending, just being poker players. And you were kind of, in a sense, sort of the harbinger of that. Do you feel maybe a little responsible for that as well? People stepping outside of it?
I mean, it's been fun for him. I was surprised as anybody when A-list stars or some of the world's most famous athletes wanted to hang out with me. I was shocked myself. So, I mean, is it something that I necessarily expected? No. Is it something I'm necessarily leading? No. I mean, Phil Ivey, lives in Vegas and he's having a lot of fun too.
Well, you're a poker coach now, in addition to being, one of the greatest of all time. Can you name some names of some of the celebrities that have come up and maybe asked you for poker lessons? Has anyone actually reached out beyond friendship and really wanted you to teach them the game? I
mean, I told Ben Affleck I'd give him some master lessons sometime, for free. And, there's 4 or 5 celebrities. Jim Harbaugh, I told him I'd give him some lessons. There's 4 or 5 others that I told Slash that I'd give him some poker lessons. So, I mean, Scott Ian, I gave some great poker lessons to. And so I would say that, Jeff is really the only guy that I've ever really kind of just coached. I 100% helped Jeff with his confidence. And, and being coached, I mean, if I make the final table, I will ask a group of players to coach me, 100%.
Well, let's talk about your new book, Phil. You have a new book, Deal Me In. It doesn't have all of that strategy stuff in it. It's kind of a different spin. What did you write this time, and what's the book about?
Well, the Deal Me In, the strategy stuff that's invaluable to people at home is the money management stuff. And you'd be shocked when you read Phil Ivey's chapter about how he got into the game. The way he manages money is shocking to me. I mean, he had such discipline and control and such a huge work ethic, and nobody hears about that in Ivey's case.
That's exactly it with Ivey.
You read that book, and he's playing 14 hours a day of poker, day after day after day after day after day, and he's never putting himself broke. He might have $600,000. In the book, he talks about having $600,000, going to the Larry Flint game, losing $550,000 of it in a weekend, but pulling up and saving his last $50,000. I asked him why, when I was interviewing him for the book, and he said, well, I didn't have anybody I could depend on. So he didn't start going into debt. He didn't borrow money. I mean, so you read, and Alan Cunningham and money management, and Howard Lederer and money management. All of these stories contain the same blueprints on how to achieve greatness in poker.
Well, one quick one for you. We've been covering the 5-Diamond Doyle Brunson Classic on the show today, but we read on your Twitter you're not going to be there. Why not? Why aren't you playing in the 5-Diamond? It's big. It's Doyle's name. Yeah,
I just read the Andre Agassi book, Open. And I think that, one thing that Agassi did is he'd shut it down. And I just decided, look, it's time to shut it down. This has been the worst year I've ever had in poker, 2009. I think I lost money. I still have to figure it out, but I think I lost money. 0 final tables. And I've never lost money in a single year in poker. I've always had final tables. And I had a record. I think I'd made 10, 11 years in a row a final table at the World Series.
What happened
of
this
Poker.
year? Why? Anything that you were doing differently?
There is some luck. I mean, that's what people at home don't quite understand. I mean, I had 2 aces and the other guy had a king queen, and we put in 230,000 each with 30 players left in one tournament, and he came king queen. But I mean, you know, so I haven't won a bracelet in a couple of years here, in 08 and 09, and so, you know, I just have to find a way to come back in 2010 and win 1 or 2, or, you know, and that's what it's about.
Well, I think more importantly, your record for youngest main event winner ever was broken 2 years ago, and then again this year. What are you going to do to get that record back?
Well,
That'll be the trick.
I will say this. I 100% believe that record might have stood for another 20 years if they didn't have the 4-month break. Because I don't think anybody under the age of 24 can really visualize themselves winning the main event. I think that I was one of the first people in history that visualized himself winning the main event, you know, and just was convinced. I was convinced I was going to win it, and then I won it. And I just don't think, I think with the 4-month break, now these young kids that are 22, 21, they say, why not me?
I thought he was going to say he had some reverse aging serum or something that he's working on. We can always expect. Always brings it. Phil, thanks so much for being here.
You got it.
More to come on Poker Tonight. Who's got the best shot at making a run at next week's WPT event? Sebok and I will break it down for you in check, raise, fold, and Dana Workman cold decks a few in the weekly misdeal. Poker Tonight, back after this.
You guys have got to check out the Poker2Nite Pro Challenge. It's sick. $30,000 in prizes for free. UB.net is giving away 2 World Series of Poker main event pro deals, including a seat in the 2010 WSOP main event, travel expenses, a night out with Huff and me, an exclusive training session with Annie Duke or Phil Hellmuth, and tons of free gear. All you have to do is sign up on UB.net with the promo code Poker2Nite. You'll get an email with info on how to win one of the 2 main event seats given away every single week for free. UB.net, promo code Poker2Nite. Hope to see you guys in Vegas.